Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Lois and welcome back to Skybees. In the last episode, we were working on this, which doesn't look like much. We're working on the infinite storage part, which will give us infinite storage in our refined storage system. And part of that was making this advanced storage housing, which required biodiesel. And that came from some machines we made over here. The fermenter, the squeezer, and the refinery. And yeah, that is where we're at, but we discovered a problem. We do not have nearly enough quartz enriched iron, and yeah, it uses a lot of that to make all of the refined storage stuff. So I have been busy. We had a tier 3 apiary, which is also helping our a little bit of a problem. Let's go ahead and sleep real quick. We have a little bit of a problem, and that is we have too many honeycombs coming in, and our centrifuge isn't able to keep up. Now, we could, and it also likes doing that. Now, we could always build another one right here and kind of move things around a little bit. Not too big of a deal. So we could definitely make another elite centrifuge. It's just a matter of, do we really need to? If we don't have to, I'm not going to. But yeah, we also need a lot of string, and just everything is awful. So yeah, we have a lot of things coming in. We do have a lot of resources being sent in. I did hook up a couple more apiaries to these guys. So we have the quartz enriched iron, hopefully getting to our system a lot faster. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I still need to make a bunch more apiaries and kind of clean up the bees in a lot of these places. There's quite a few apiaries that aren't actually producing anything, which for right now is okay. Does make me think that we're probably going to need to upgrade our centrifuge systems, but we'll be okay for now. So, what are we going to be doing today? Well, I haven't been working too much on this. I was mostly just trying to get the bees in order. So I haven't done any work on this. We need a lot of these stack upgrades to get this to work properly. And that's going to be an absolute pain. And plus I have to set up all the filters, and we don't have the items anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So what we're going to do is we're going to work on mob spawning. And specifically, we need to get all of these various monsters to be spawned in, except for creepers, apparently, because I've killed all 100 creepers. So we need to get these creatures spawned in, and with the exception of the Ender Dragon and the Wither. And we'll just kind of, yeah, we'll get the clones of them with the Mob Imprisonment tool. We'll spawn them in with the Mob Duplicator, and I can kill them off camera and be done with it. So that is what we're going to do, and luckily one of them is, let's see, quest book, spiders. We have to kill spiders, and that is actually good because string is something we need a lot of, and I haven't been getting too much of because we don't really have a source for it. So with that being said, we're going to jump into that. Now, I am going to need to do a couple of things. One, we're going to need to build a little bit of a structure, and we're also going to want to be able to turn the Mob Duplicator on and off from a distance, so we can spawn things in, turn it off, walk in there, and be done with it. Now, some things that we can do, we can use these player mob filters to give us a door. That would be nice. Let's see, we're going to want some sort of dark glass. Let's see, dark glass. You can see through it, but mobs can't, but it doesn't let light in. I actually don't know if that matters. So we'll keep that in mind, but we're going to need some glass. We're going to need something to build it out of. Now, for the mob spawning cave type stuff, I like using the mossy stuff. Mossy cobblestone would be really nice. And so what I think we're going to actually use is a little bit of mossy cobblestone and a little bit of mossy cobblestone bricks. And I'm going to try to build something that looks halfway decent. But the basic idea is we make a nice little area, make it look like a mob spawner, have our mob duplicator, and we'll be done. So before we can do that, we are going to need to get the switch to turn it on and off. So we're going to need a wireless redstone transmitter. We've made one of these before, so it shouldn't be too difficult. 2, 3, and 4. We just need the crystallized amber, and that is fire, redstone, and magma. Do we have that stuff? And get the redstone. Do we have any magma blocks lying around? We do not. But we do have... Is it just 4? It is just 4. The magma creams. And we just need a fire charge. Or we could use... I want to use honey. So, fire charge. Let's get one of these. And theoretically, we could just pop down here. And in the solidification chamber, we can... Does it have to be in order? It's the wrong kind of honey. Do we have another solidification chamber? We do. Okay, we're going to put this right here. And the question is, how do we get the specific type of honey that it wants? Melting chamber with a honey block. And it wants half a block. So, melting chamber with the 2 honey bottles. That should work. Okay, so do we have a melting chamber? We do. Do we have any honey bottles? We have 1, but we can craft a honey block. It's going to make a stack of them. That's perfectly fine by me. And I guess we could do this. Let's get a mechanical pipe. We'll get the configurator. And then honey bottle, so we get a block of honey and some bottles. And we just need 1 more. Perfect. There is there's everything we need. And all right, there we go. Does it actually have to be in the right order? It does. Wow. Okay, and that's all we need to worry about. Good enough. We have our amber, which means we can make the wireless transmitter, and we can get rid of a couple of these things: solidification chamber and melting chamber. All right, cool. So now that we have that taken care of, the next step is to get the decorations, and to do that, we're going to grow some jungle saplings. So if we place the 2x2 jungle saplings and grow this, it makes a lot of vines, and vines are important. So we're gonna shear all of the vines we can and get a nice big group of them. How many we got? A little over, almost 2 stacks. Let's just get a few more. Most of these aren't connected, so that is unfortunate, but we can go ahead and get rid of the tree. And this should be close to enough, if not enough. I will make more if need be while I build the structure. But yeah, that's how we get vines. That's the easiest way I know to get vines. It is pure vanilla. We get a bunch of logs as well, some sticks, which is nice. Uses up our shears, but we have a bunch of vines, which we can then use let's get 2 stacks of cobblestone. And we can just turn them into mossy cobblestone. This is completely vanilla. And then we can turn some of these into mossy cobblestone bricks. And let's go look and see how this looks. So what we're going to want is kind of in the center-ish. So probably like right here. So that is the center on this line. Right? Yes. And then, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that is the center. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so this is the center. Wow, I did perfectly the center. We're just going to do something like this for right now. We're going to want a redstone receiver here. We're going to take our GPS card and mark that spot. And then the Mob Duplicator is going to go on top of it. Now, the Mob Duplicator is going to need 2 things. One, it's going to need this dimensional tank placed like so that it... Actually, no, it can't be like that. Alright, well, that's fine. We can actually put it in the ground if we wanted to. And I think we will. So we'll do this, and then we're going to need a mechanical pipe to pipe in all of that mob essence into the system. So let's use an advanced one, because why not? And then the other thing we're going to need is a power source, and that we can put on top. We were going to need to put something on the side regardless, so doesn't matter too much. So that is full of essence. Redstone mode. We'll turn on run with redstone. Actually, it doesn't matter. We're going to say run with no redstone. And I believe these work like normal mob spawners. So we're actually going to use, I think, the mossy cobblestone on the bottom. So it should be 9 by 9. So 2, 3, 4 in each direction. I believe 2, 3, 4, and then we can have the walls of the place here. And I actually do like the mossy cobblestone bricks. It looks nice. So this is kind of the shape of our mob spawner area. And the only thing left that we'll need to do is put the power, which we have a flux point. And this is full of power, so everything is good there. And presumably it will spawn things. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so this is going to be... We do need to go an extra one. And place down our cobblestone on top of that. So I'm going to build something here. And... I'm going to double check that this doesn't really care about light levels. I don't believe it does. I mean, actually, we can really quickly test that. What do we have? We have nothing. Now, that's something else that we're going to need to kind of deal with. And I think the easiest way to get at least a couple of things is to come out here to where we fought the guy Guardian. And, well, we'll just break a couple torches. And then, presumably, things can spawn over in that corner. We can leave. Things already spawned, including a spider, which is perfect. We need a spider. So can I get him? Sure. So we don't need creepers, but we're gonna grab a spider, and let's just go ahead and sleep, get it to be day, and then we can test out if light levels matter. Because I actually don't know. I don't think they would. Wow, I said that very oddly. I don't think they would, but I don't know for sure. So it's kind of important to know. So let's throw this in here and run with no redstone signal. So is it going to... It spawns the spiders. And then we can kill the spiders. Alright, cool. So we don't have to worry about light levels, which means I can make this nice and bright. So I'll tell you guys what. I am going to do two things. One, before we go, so we need a bunch of different... We got that. We got that. So we're going to need a bunch of different mobs. We're going to need zombies. We're going to need some things that we don't have access to in here. We're going to need 3 skeletons. I think I can kill the 3 skeletons on my own, but we are going to need a skeleton. So we're going to need to make more mob imprisonment tools, and in order to do that, we need plastic. Luckily, the bees, I set the rubber bees back up, and so we have quite a bit of tiny dry rubber, and we can smelt all this up pretty quickly and get everything we need. So let's get all of this wonderful plastic, and we can make more mob imprisonment tools. So that is kind of the idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build up the spawner area, and when it's night, I'm going to go see if I can't get some skeletons and everything else that we need. So I will be back once I have that built. So I got both a zombie and a skeleton. The skeleton we're going to do a couple of things with. I have a couple more imprisonment tools for other things we'll get to in a little bit. But yeah, here you go. This is the finished product. From the outside, it's kind of simple. I did incorporate some cobblestone bricks with the mossy, just like I incorporated some normal cobblestone with the mossy. And this is all going to be like stone and diorite and granite and andesite. No ores, but just all that kind of stuff to make this look a little bit nicer. And then that's going to be more like stronghold themed. Probably more stone bricks than anything. But we'll see. Maybe some iron bars. I might decorate it. I might go all out. But inside, I have a lot of lamps. I'm really disappointed that I couldn't use just the soul lanterns. I think that would have looked really neat. But I want to keep enough headspace so that Enderman can be in here, because we're going to need to spawn an Enderman. And having this lamp here prevents anything from spawning here, except for maybe spiders. But yeah, this is basically what we need to have. This is going to run with no redstone signal. So that means out here we can put the transmitter, and actually let's just put it in the ground. And we'll put a lever on top of it. Maybe. There we go. And we put the GPS card, and presumably if I flick that, this turns off. Perfect. So that's what I wanted to see. The other thing we're going to need is a chest. Just a simple chest so that we can store all of our mobs. Now there is a few that we're not going to worry about too much. Because I can just go to the end. Shulkers are something I'm going to have to go get so that we can spawn that in here. And we're just going to put all this stuff here. We're actually going to grab the skeleton, because the skeleton we're going to do something with. So we're going to put the skeletons in there. And we just need 3 of them. Now it looks like it spawns just 1 at a time. And that's okay, but I'd like more. Okay, we killed 100 skeletons, and we can use this for something else. So we're going to try the efficiency add-on. I don't know if it works in that, but we'll find out. So, we have a skeleton. We don't need skeletons anymore, but we need wither skeletons. And wither skeletons, we could go to the nether and try to get some wither skeletons. That's fine. Or, we just put some water in here and wait a little bit. Let's get some more water from my... Actually, I don't want any more water right now. So there is something kind of cool that we can do. And we can make, well, we can make wither skeletons with witch water. So we just got to wait for that. And there it is. Cool. So what we need to do now is just come on in here. We're going to fly up in the air. We're going to put the witch water. We're going to put a skeleton there. And now we have... The witch water is really blue. It was always purple, I thought. But very blue. But now we have a wither skeleton, and we put that in there, it'll spawn the wither skeletons. In fact, let's go ahead and do that just a little bit. So we'll just spawn a couple, and I want to see if the efficiency spawns them more. Oh, interesting. I guess they still spawn there. So this should spawn in a few of these guys. Might require a lot more resources. And we one-shotted him. Cool. So that is all we really need for that. So we have wither skeletons now that we can spawn in. I'm actually going to take this out and put this in here. So we have zombies, spiders, and wither skeletons. What all other mobs do we need? So gas is something I'm a little bit worried about. Bees, phantoms, the Enderman will kill in the end. I'll do that off camera when I go get a shulker, because we need to kill 50 shulkers. Withers and dragons we'll worry about later. But then bees, witches, and blazes we'll get. And then the gas is the tricky one. Because gas are a little bit harder to spawn in. They require a 5x5 area, and that is not big enough for that. So I also don't like their explosions. So we might find something else to do with them, or just a different way in general to get those to spawn in. So that is the plan with all of this mob killing and all that kind of stuff. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. I just have to do this, and this is something I will work on between episodes just gradually. We don't get any rewards or anything. I'll try to remember if I complete one, or try to get it to like 99 before I complete one of the ones that we have spawners for, and so we can finish it on camera. Now witches is an interesting thing with that, because we can use witch water to spawn a handful of things. We can get a bee, we can get a shulker, we can get an enderman. We can actually do all of that in the overworld without going to the end, but the end is probably going to be easier. The bee is something that we'll have to do. So it's just a flower, some yellow dye, glowstone, and a beehive frame, which is all really easy. But there is a way to spawn in witches, and I don't remember exactly how to. And I think it's a villager. Let's try that. We have a bunch of villagers captured with our mob capture things. And you know what? Let's go ahead and... I have 2 mob imprisonment tools. Let's go ahead and get a bee. So we just need one of these guys and a porcelain doll, which is easy enough. Alright, so let's grab our witch water. And let's start with the villager. So I guess let's just do this right here. Witches don't burn up in the sunlight, so it's not a big deal. But if we throw... Oh no, it makes them a zombie villager. Right. They have to be struck by lightning, I do believe, to turn into a witch. But I feel like there's another way, and I don't remember. I'll have to look into that. But we can go ahead and buzzing doll. We can collect a bee, and this will just be a normal vanilla Minecraft bee. And we can spawn in a bunch and kill them all, because that sounds like fun. Not really, but it is something we can do. I can also keep an eye out. I made the entire island over here dark, except for the center where the beacon is, because it emits light. So we can always try to get witches to spawn over here anyways. So I will keep an eye on that. I think there is a way with witch water, but I don't remember if there is. I don't think there is anymore. I don't think there is now that I'm trying to remember. I think witches are something you just have to find kind of naturally. So I will keep an eye out for a witch, and we'll go from there. For the rest of today's episode, which is not going to be too much more, we're going to get started in the quest book with the applied logistics. We have refined storage. Can we make the 64 case while we're standing up here? Can we make like 10 of those? We're missing string. Okay. Can we make like the 4 that we need? We certainly can. Cool. And let's go ahead and teach the system how to make the next one. So that would be the 64 should be 120. Is it 124 that's the next? Let's see. Storage part 16. I guess 256 is the 64. So we'll go ahead and do that. Advanced processors, fine. The 1024s is after that. Those also require the advanced processors. That's fine. And then we go up and up. And at some point, I believe there's a different processor. So that was the purple one. The red one is next. Yes, so there's a withering processor, which requires raw withering. So we're going to have to teach a couple more things. So is it the red one? Yes. So the withering processor. I want to see, because I don't remember, what is my actual recipes for these. Doesn't include the silicon. Okay. So that is fine. We can just shift click that, and that will put somewhere else, and then the actual withering processor should go there. And then I think that will be the last one that we need before the infinite. So just a matter of, let's go ahead and put all of these guys in here, and down here we will place the withering processor, which I want to see, is it used for anything else? Just the high level storage parts. Okay, that's fine. So it is night. Let's go check, see if there's any witches. Blazes is another thing. We can get that from blazing dolls. I can get that between episodes. You've seen me make blazes. So nothing yet. Mobs spawn very quickly here because there's no place else for them to spawn right now. I have the blood magic spawning room lit up. So yeah, Enderman. You know, I could get Enderman. But on the other hand, meh. Let's do one anyways. There we go. We have an Enderman, and we can escape. So we'll worry about that later. Let's go ahead and get into a little bit of applied logistics and see what kind of questing we can get done in the next little bit. Or, you know what? This episode is fairly long. Let's see if we can find something a little bit shorter to do. So one of the big things is just getting string, and that is a bit of a problem. So you know what? Let's get a drawer. Let's get a drawer set up, and we'll do applied logistics next time. Get through all of that. So let's get one of these drawers. And do we not have any planks? Let's just get a stack of planks. Alright, so oak drawer, 1 by 2. And we should be able to just put that there, and it will immediately start filling up. It's so nice. And then this will just make sure that we can get a lot more stuff. So it's ugly, yes, but it works. So let's see, what else can we get into? These guys take a while to process just because these machines are a little bit slow still. And it takes it a minute for this to actually do its thing. Is there any other inscribers? No. There is a mod that is more applied energistic stuff that has advanced inscribers, which can hold stacks of items. Really nice. Not in this mod pack though, so that is unfortunate. But let's see what else we can get into. So Astral Sorcery is something that we're going to need to work on in the nearest future. We're going to need to make a couple more altars and just to do a lot of stuff with that. But really, we're kind of to the point where we need to make the Apiary Tier 4, which we're going to need anyways to get all of the stuff for the Singularity, the Ultimate Singularity. And once we have all of these plus 1, so it's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's 7, 14, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25. We need 25 total Ultimate Singularities. And once we have that, this mod pack is pretty much done. Because we can make infinite of everything at that point. But getting there is going to be the problem, just because of the number of items we need. And I think a lot of the stuff we have, I mean, things that I'm worried about. Diamonds, we have the capability to make 2. Emeralds, almost 3. Coal, we can make 6 more. You know, lapis, we can make 6. Redstone, probably less, about 4.5. So, like, we're getting there. But then we have to make a bunch of things for applied logistics, as well as the rest of the refined storage stuff. And most of this is not too much of a problem. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end the episode off here. I'm rambling a little bit, just trying to think if there's anything else we can get done. We definitely need to do some building. I need to set aside some time to work on that. But I'm happy with this building. I like this. It looks dungeony, and that's what I wanted. So I need to just work on building and getting all the buildings kind of finished, including this one, which means I need to get more skystone. And you know what, real quick, let's get 2 things. Mob Imprisonment Tool and a Blazing Doll. Should not be difficult at all. Netherwort. Okay, that is over here and here. And one of the big things is the windmill is going to be our farm. This is going to be a lot of the villager stuff, I think. And once we have effectively a farm set up, then we can worry about other things. But put that guy in there. And in just a moment, we'll have a blaze that I can then murder. Cool. So we have blazes. We have a lot of things. I just need to get witches and stay up for a couple of days and try to get a phantom. Because if we can spawn the phantoms in there, it'd be so much nicer. So let's get 2 more of these. And I will keep them on myself so that if I encounter things, I can go from there. So I have a lot of work to do, getting ready for other things. And like I said, next time we will go ahead and do applied energistic stuff. Try to finish off all the quests that we can from that. And yeah, that'll be that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Hi, Dinnerbone. Bye.